ọmọ banta ogorogaluda gbọrun jagun ọmọ ṣe ọmọ ra ọmọ oníyebu àgbà ndo gẹrẹgẹrẹ níga lóde ìka níbi ẹ̀jẹ̀ kú sí òdodo omi owó yémúlẹ̀ omi ilẹ̀ àwa ti lómi nílẹ̀ ká ìṣàwó láyé ìṣàwó òde o bàbá yeye.
ẹ̀wẹ̀ sọ Ìjẹ̀bú ọmọ alárẹ̀ ó ẹ̀sọ́ ẹ̀ka ní sọ́dọ̀kùnrin ṣíkọ́ máa wọ bẹ̀rẹ̀.
Dear compatriots, recently Nigerian Supreme Court affirmed the financial autonomy of the country's 774 local government areas. It upheld the suit brought by the federal government in May 2024 to strengthen the independence of local governments in the country through the nation's Attorney General and Minister of Justice. Local governments have been hampered in most states of the Federation, where the governors seize their federal allocations and only release funds to them piecemeal. There are 3 tiers of government in Nigeria: federal, state and local governments. The duties of the federal are spelled out in the exclusive list of the Constitution. They include aviation, defense, currency and diplomacy. The state's duties are spelled out in the concurrent list of the Constitution, concurrent because they shared with the federal government. The local government's functions are in the 4th schedule of the Constitution. They include things like collection of rates, licensing of bicycles, trucks and canoes, and naming of streets. This case was triggered by our history of state governments usurping the powers of local governments council. They also deprive local governments of the use of funds allocated to them from the federation account. All tiers of government depend on the federation account to finance development projects. Section 165 of the 1999 Constitution and the Allocation Revenue Act 1982 stipulates that the revenue generated by the federal government should be credited to the federation account and disbursed monthly among the 3 tiers of government. But there has been no significant development in local government councils across the country. Some state governors also suspend elected local government officials and replace them with caretaker committees who are basically their proxies. Local government elections have been turned by state governments into a scam. The party of the state governor wins all local government elections in the state. The judgment affirms local government's financial autonomy. The judgment doesn't change the law, but the procedure that should be used in achieving financial autonomy. It says governors may not dissolve local government councils. Any installed caretaker committee on interim council for a local government will not receive any allocation from the federation account. It is illegal for a state government to keep on or use money that is due to a local government council. Local governments are not state governments, are now in practice free to determine their priorities. They can manage their finances and perform their constitutional duties without any interference from the state government. Local governments now have the potential to relate with the local people and become more accountable and perhaps more transparent and responsive. Citizens should be able to take a walk to the local government offices and ask questions. This will facilitate grassroots development as we used to know it in the First Republic, and it is in the other parts of the world. Our attention here is not to dabble into how this judgment affects Nigeria's status as a federal state. This, we believe, should be left for legal minds. However, we are more interested and concerned about the duties and responsibilities of our local government councils to our people. What are then the functions of the local government? The 1st schedule of the Nigerian Constitution spells out the functions of the local governments to include 1. Construction and maintenance of roads, gardens, street lights, drains, public highways and parks. If state and federal officials had a penny for every time they were blamed for a bad street light or drainage, they probably won't need to steal the government's money. But unknown to many, these things fall under the local government's jurisdiction, and no one holds them accountable for some reason. 2. Registration of deaths, marriages and births. This is probably one of the well-known functions of the local government, as every death, birth and marriage certificate is issued by them. 3rd, establishment and maintenance of slaughterhouses, markets and motor parks. The local government is expected to build and maintain these places, particularly as they serve as a good source of revenue for the state. 4. Naming of roads, streets and numbering of houses. To bring order and development at a local level, the local government is responsible for naming streets and plots of land in a community. 5. Establishment and maintenance of cemeteries and burial grounds. The local government sets down rules on how cemeteries should be used, which helps with organization at a local level. Now, with the new improved funding from the Federation account allocated to local government councils, there will now be enough to cover workers' salaries and many other responsibilities and commitments that will bring development to the grassroots. Ijebu Congress is a social economic pressure group set up by Ijebu sons and daughters worldwide to fight for good governance, to bring about a clean, healthy, safe and prosperous Ijebu nation that will guarantee very good living for all Ijebus, both at home and in the diaspora. It is therefore our responsibility to put our local government councils in check and on their toes to do the needful and not to misappropriate our collective patrimony. We promise to do this effectively and going forward. The local government councils are to address particular and germane needs of the people in their local governments and not engage in white elephant projects that will fritter away their newly improved revenue and thereby encourage corruption. We will be there as the watchdog of the society. We wish to congratulate our local government councils on their newly improved status and independence, and also seize the chance to let them know that we will not take anything short of good governance, transparency, and accountability from them. The Ijebu Congress, the third eye, is watching you. The establishment of Ijebu Nation, where everyone can achieve its optimum in a safe, secure, and very conducive atmosphere, and where our collapsed infrastructures are fully restored and improved upon, is our mandate. Thank you all for your time. Long live Ogun State, long live Ijebu Nation, long live Ijebu Congress. I am Prince Mebude, the chairman of Ijebu Congress. Thank you all.
ọmọ bá ń ta ògbórògbò ló dá gbọ́nù jagun ọmọ ṣe ọmọ ra ọmọ oníyebu àgbà ń do gẹ́rẹ́gẹ́rẹ́ níga lóde ìka níbi ẹ̀jẹ̀ kú sí òdodo omi owó yé múlẹ̀ omi ilẹ̀ àwa ti lómi nílẹ̀ ká ìṣàwó láyé ìṣàwó òde o bàbá yeye.